Hi, my name is Randall Chapman. I'm the owner and general manager of the Grand Junction Climbing Center in Grand Junction, Colorado. Today I want to talk about escaping belay, but I also want to talk about how to set up an anchor for belaying up a second on a multi-pitch. Now, first thing you want to do when you come up to your anchor is you want to tether yourself off the wall. I like to just use the end of my rope with a big fat carabiner and just tie in with a clove hitch. I like to use a clove hitch for a couple of different reasons. The first one being I can adjust my length so that I can watch my climber as he comes up if I'm on a wide ledge. But also using the end of my rope as well as a clove hitch on a big fat carabiner, it gives you a little bit of slippage. So if there is something where I have to take the force of the fall, this is a little bit more dynamic than say a PAS system. So after I've anchored myself in, I don't want my partner to take me off belay because I'm really only on one piece here. But I want him to know that he can relax while I set up my anchor. So I'm just going to say, okay, relax a bit. Then I want to use my 3 points here. Clip my carabiners in. And for my anchor, I like to use the equalet. The equalet is built using 7mm cord, and it is tied into a continuous loop, and then there are limiter knots tied 10 inches away or 10 inches apart from each other in the center. I don't like to have it hanging too low, so what I'll usually do with 3-point anchor is I'll just tie a figure 8 on a bite to shorten up the one end, clip that in, keep my spacing with the limiter knots right in the middle, pull up and you tie this off with a clove hitch. And then tie this off with a clove hitch. I like to use 2 locking ovals as my anchor point. And then when I tie or hook my rope, or once I get this set up, I should say, then I want to pull all my slack up so that I'm up to my partner. All the leftover rope that I didn't use. So pulling rope. Now as I pull this rope up, if I have a ledge, I can just flake the rope onto the ledge. But if not, maybe I'll throw a leg up as I'm hanging in my belay and I'll butterfly it over my leg. But since I have a ledge here, I'm going to use that. When I hook into my anchor here, I want the rope to go up the back of the wall, through the back of the carabiners and out to the climber. Just like as if you were clipping on a lead, you don't want to back clip. Lock both my gates, and then I'm going to throw my partner on belay. Okay, you're on belay. I'm going to set it up just like this. Now, setting it up like this, I do it for a couple of reasons. Belaying this way is a lot more comfortable than belaying straight off the harness going in this direction. So say I were to, instead of doing this, unhook these, anchor myself differently, and belay like this, this would be rather uncomfortable. But by hooking in this way, I could just belay like using the standard P-bus method that I would use for any top rope belay. Maybe give myself a little bit of slack here so that I can actually stand back hanging on this and watch my climber as he comes up and just belay up just like I would any top rope. Now, say I'm belaying my partner up. And my partner falls and becomes unconscious, and I have to now escape belay so that I can go get help. Well, I don't want to take my partner off belay, so I need to be able to get out of this system without dropping my partner and without putting either one of us at risk. So first thing I want to do is I want to take and tie a mule hitch to lock this off so that I can go hands-free. After I've got it muled off, I want to take a Prusix cord. I don't carry an extra cordelet. What I do is I just carry 2 Prusix cords that are pre-tied. I'm going to throw this on here. Dress it up nice. Now, I don't want to just hook this into my anchor, because if I do that, I don't have the possibility of lowering my partner later when I finally do get rescue crew here. So instead of that, what I want to do is I want to be able to put them on something that will be able to lower. So I'm just going to take this extra rope that's hanging here, pull quite a bit of slack, tie myself a figure 8 on a bite. And that gives me a loop to hook into. Take a carabiner, hook that into here, slide that down. Now I don't want my Prusix knot to get where it's hanging on the edge of the cliff here, on the edge of my ledge, because if I do that, when the Prusix cord hits it, it's going to actually prevent that from locking up. But then I want to take, I'm just going to throw another carabiner in here. I'm going to take and tie a muncher, and then I'm going to mule that muncher off so that it's locked. I want to pull that up just a little bit tighter. Now I'm going to mule it off so that this is locked off. Now the whole time that I'm doing this, I'm keeping my body weight tight on this and this, so that way my partner is not moving around too much down there. You know, keeping them tight and locked off. Now that I've got that on there, on the Prusix, I can lean forward a little bit, let the weight go onto this Prusix sling. Now this is catching my partner, and that's what's holding him right now. I still haven't backed up on here. I don't want to just leave with my partner hanging off of just a Prusix sling. So what I'm going to do, I have to give myself a little slack. I'm going to undo this, feed some slack through, and just in case, I'm just going to redo this in case something happens while I'm setting all this up. After I get that done, undo these, do a muncher mule again, clipping it onto this guy, just using my anchor beaners. Pull it up tight and just mule it off again. Now I can take my partner off Belay. As far as what to do from here, that's all going to be dependent on the situation.